revealed series and 5.6. So in Photoshop, we're going to be working with Chapter 5. Look for data file 5.deuce, 5.2. We used it earlier, but we didn't save over it. So let's do a file save as or Command Shift S, and we will save this in our classwork folder. Classwork folder as calls from basketball star colorized. Hit OK. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to flatten the image. What Flatten does is it takes both the layers and puts them into one. That way the file is smaller. The actual file itself, things kind of load a little bit quicker. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to image first, because we'll actually change the color mode. Image mode, grayscale. And let's say you need to flatten these before you do that. So alright, flatten it. Click discard. And we have our grayscale image with our white background that kind of got sealed up with it. Okay. Now let's do this. Let's go to image mode. Let's go to RGB color mode, red, green, blue color mode. Okay. Notice that we went back to RGB color mode, but everything stayed black and white because we already made that that adjustment. Now let's go back to image adjustments, hue saturation, and let's jack with these a little bit. So for hue and saturation, if you crank your hue up, kind of adds a certain color as well as your saturation and your lightness. We'll change it as well. Notice it changes it to the background because the background was brought over when we flattened things. Add a little more red into it. Bring it back a little bit. There. I ended up with negative 19, 74, negative 9. You pick whatever you like. Click OK. Alright, so I've kind of messed with the image a little bit. You're just tweaking the grayscale, but it's really hard to see, but you're tweaking it just a little bit, but not much. Okay. Now let's go to image adjustments, and let's check our color balance. So our color balance, you can even come in here and you can mess with the entire image. Maybe you want to give it a certain tinge to the whole thing. Maybe you're looking for something creative there. You're in cyan, magenta, yellow. We'll come up with something there. Let's go back to image and let's check out. Let's go to adjustments. Yeah, let's go to adjustments and let's look at photo filter. Photo filter, you can use a warming filter, or you can go down to some cooling filters or some actual colors themselves. I'm going to go to underwater, which is going to give me a certain color, and you can change your density, which is kind of how intense that color is going to be. Let's go to filter on our menu, and let's go down to sharpen, and let's go down to sharpen more. It's going to sharpen up the image a little bit. You can notice as the denim on his pants kind of pops out a little bit. It's hard to see around the shirt. Texture on the ball starts to pop out just a little bit, but you can really see it on the pants. Okay, so that's just a couple ways you can change your image. If you compare this, I'm going to open up 5.2 again, just so you can see the difference here. That's what it looks like. That's what we ended up with. So you can get kind of an artistic, creative look by just changing some color mode adjustments. Okay, that concludes 5.5.